Hello everyone, and we are visiting again with Joel Greenberg, Birdzilla blogger extraordinaire. And Joel's going to tell us about an interesting little flycatcher that has shown up in the Chicago area. Joel, what's the name of this bird?
Well, it is in the genus Elaenia, as to which species is a matter that has not yet been resolved. And that's part of the interesting element of this story. It is either a small-billed Elaenia or a white-crested Elaenia. If it is a small-billed, it has never been recorded in the ABA area before. If it's a white-crested, it's only shown up once before in your home state of Texas. These are birds that live in Argentina, Brazil. I take it the small-billed ranges all the way to Tierra del Fuego. So these are austral migrants, birds flying north for the winter. And presumably this particular individual just kept going and wound up on the west side of Chicago.
Now these little birds are really colorful, right? Easy to identify.
Oh yeah, beautiful shades of olive. It turns out that
So they look pretty much like, to put it in perspective, they look a little bit like an Epidnax flycatcher. Is that a fair statement?
it is, and in fact, that's part of the story. The two young high school birders who found it, brothers Ethan and Aaron Gillenall, found this bird in April, and the closest thing to it was a least flycatcher. Least flycatchers are the earliest of our Epidnax to come through this area. And it was thought, well, it doesn't look right, but what else can it be? So they were armed with their digital camera. They're both very good photographers. A picture was taken. It was put on the Illinois Birders Forum, and another high school birder named Nathan Goldberg, who had just returned from a birding trip to Ecuador and had seen Elaenia, suggested, why not an Elaenia? And so it spread, and we were getting comments from people all over the country, and subsequently we've had lengthy discourses written in Spanish from ornithologists in Argentina. So we don't know for sure whether it is the white-crested or the small-billed. At one point, it appeared that the key distinguishing character was the length of the 10th primary, P10, which in one of them extends longer than the other. And there is a photo, lots of birders showed up, many very adept photographers, and one photo shows a P10 sticking out, but then the issue was, is the wing flat or not? So as of this moment, people, I take it, are still trying to figure out what it is. It's possible we may never know, but it's extraordinarily exciting, as I commented, that, this area, the Midwest, rarely gets birds that are so far afield. And so it may prove to be an ABA area record.
Okay, Joel, can you move your face back a little bit from your camera again? Oh, there you go. That's better.
Yeah.
Okay, now is the bird still there?
No, it's not. It was found on a Tuesday, and then it took all day Wednesday for people to comment on it enough. In fact, a mutual friend of ours, Tom Schulenberg at Cornell,
Right.
We were communicating about something else, and he had seen the pictures, and he said, well, what do you think? And I won't use the exact word, but he said, effing obvious is Elaenia. So I and a bunch of people went out the next day. We looked for hours, couldn't find it. I came home, fortunately it's not too far away, and Doug Scott of the Field Museum, and he's done a lot of work in South America, rediscovered it, so I got a call and went back out. And over the course of Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, people from all over the country, people had flown in from Florida, the East Coast, saw it. Just about everybody who looked for it saw it, although there's a lot of ways to go around. You're afraid to go very far from the group unless they find it, you not know. But it turned cold that Sunday night, and there's a Cooper's hawk nest on the property and a sharpshin. There's a million possible explanations, some more benign than others, as to why the bird seems not to be there anymore. So people who went looking on Monday did not see it. So although the bird's not here, the story isn't over because people are still trying to figure out, if they can, which of the two species it is. We may have to settle for Elaenia, which is still pretty darn good.
Yeah, it's quite an exciting story, quite interesting. So did you get some photographs yourself?
I did not. I don't have a camera of that type. I have the old film. But I did get to see it, and you know, the bird was up in the canopy, and we're all milling around. As soon as somebody says they see it, everybody ran over, so you have these clots of birders. And one friend of mine, Andy Sigler, who chases rarities a lot and is a very tactical birder, he was trying to position himself so that when the bird flew, he would be able to figure out where it went. But then you risk not seeing it, so there's all sorts of little personal dilemmas going on while everybody is jockeying for position, an opportunity to see this little dull-looking bird. But, you know, the one other field mark, the small bill has what appears to be a third wing bar in the upper coverts, and I did see that. On the other hand, it does show a little bit of white sometimes when it moves its head. So as far as I know, Doug Stotts at the Field Museum, Nick Block at the Field Museum, and some other folks are continuing to examine skins. There were plans to catch the bird, at least there was talk of it, and then the bird disappeared because obviously if the bird were caught, it could be measured, a feather could be taken, DNA analysis could be conducted. But because it left, we're sitting anxiously waiting for the verdict.
All right. Before we end, tell me a little bit about the technology. I'm on a Macintosh. What are you broadcasting from?
An iPad. My Skype device wasn't able to carry the voice, so I'm relying on my wife's iPad. But with the technology, let me just say one quick thing, is that if this bird had been seen in the decades after people routinely shot birds, but before there was digital photography, it would never have been documented. I mean, even if somebody knew the bird, it's so unusual, so obscure, and even now with these great photos, people aren't sure. So, you know, if it hadn't been shot or digitally photographed, this would have been at best, somebody would have said, I saw a weird bird, and it would have gone into the shadows and no further than that. So we're fortunate to have this new technology.
All right. Well, very good. So your image has been breaking up and stuff. So this will be an interesting posting and a good test of our technology capabilities. So I appreciate your time very much. And next time you get a first U.S. record, then please be in touch with us.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Sam. I appreciate your interest and look forward to talking to you soon.
Okay. Thanks. Bye. Have a good evening. Thank your wife for us.